Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today is the 6th of November 2022. If I sound a bit out of breath, I have just kind of finished doing some exercise on Ring Fit Adventure, so there's that. But yeah, I thought I'd do a DVD collection update video. These are the DVD/Blu-rays that I have in my own personal collection, as it were. We even have more DVDs and stuff upstairs, which I'm not going to show today, or do a video on today, but these are stuff that I have. If there's anything you recommend me buying or seeing in the future on streaming or whatever else, please feel free to comment below, or if there are certain films or TV shows or anything that piques your interest that you want me to do a review on, please, again, feel free to comment below. Yeah, I mean, I might do also a separate video on my Blu-ray collection, even though it's quite small compared to the DVD collection, because, you know, DVD's been around a lot longer and quite often is a lot cheaper than Blu-rays, which is kind of ironic because, you know, personally I think DVDs have usually, not always, but more special features and seem to be more, for lack of a better term, durable when, you know, you accidentally trip or fall or something and, you know, damage the box or whatever. They seem to be more resistant to damaging, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, first of all, on this side we have Look Around You, which is like a Channel 4 thing. Well, actually maybe it's a BBC thing. Very funny, and that I got that when I was up at my uncle's once over in Scotland. Likewise with Space, the complete set, which is like a TV show that Edgar Wright did with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost before they started getting really famous with the Cornetto trilogy, the X-Men box set thing that has which one is it? X-Men First Class, which is probably the one that I like the most. Or Last Stand's alright as well. The rest pretty poo-poo. Alien Quadrilogy, I like Alien and Aliens. I haven't seen the other two, I don't think. It's probably the same thing I always say. Firefly, really enjoy that. That's all on Disney Plus now, but it's cool to have the box set. It's a shame it's not in the right order that Joss Whedon wanted it in, at least on the DVD or on streaming. Back to the Future 30th anniversary Blu-ray thing with all three, obviously, films. Great films. RoboCop, the trilogy. So yeah, I've seen the first one countless times. Really good film, classic. Second one and third one are a bit less good, but are still really cheesy and camp. I'm probably going to save the whole Star Wars section for a little bit later, because there's a lot to get through there. Not a lot, but there's quite a few bits. Futurama 1 through 8 in terms of seasons, which is like 124 episodes, 23 discs. Well worth the like 20-25 quid I paid for at HMV. Bargain. Season 12 Blu-ray of Doctor Who, the only collection box set that I have, which is because it's my favourite season, or one of my favourite seasons from my favourite Doctor, and it was the first one they released, and it obviously went out of sale really quickly, but I bought this when it was like reissued or reprinted, I guess, whatever it would be, on Amazon. So yeah, haven't even really watched a lot of this actual specific thing. I've watched the Goggle boxes and the Matthew Sweet interview with Tom Baker, and that's about it really. I haven't even bothered to watch the actual stories, which is a bit mad to think about. The Disaster Artist, a brilliant sort of the Disaster Artist, a brilliant sort of documentary about The Room, or sort of entertaining documentary sort of thing about The Room, which my older brother got me one year for Christmas, which I did try and watch on Christmas Day once one year, and it almost broke my person in terms of my mental stability. But yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about The Room that hasn't already been said about it. Tron as well, the 20th anniversary, I think that is, of Tron, the original one. I don't have Tron Legacy anymore, unfortunately. That was a good film, in my opinion. I watched it at IMAX in 3D, that's probably why as well, I quite like that one. The complete 3 seasons of the BBC TV show Uncle, at least I think it's on BBC 3, or it was. Really good show. Nick Helm, the main guy with the beard, should be in Doctor Who. I would say he should be the Doctor, but then again he has a beard, so that already automatically means that he's not Doctor material, I suppose. But he could be a really good guest star character in any story, in my opinion. And if you're a British comedian, chances are you are eventually going to be in Doctor Who in the modern series, which is why I'm surprised like someone like Stephen... No, the guy from, what is it called, the BBC 3 thing, set in Bristol, the tall guy, I'm blanking on his name, but Stephen Merchant, I think his name is, he should be in Doctor Who as well. Anyway, massive tangent. Kick-Ass 1 and 2, really funny, sort of silly, gratuitous, over-the-top, vulgar-y, violent, comic booky movies, but are not actually, like, sort of part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Mac and Me, Pound Shop, E.T., which I cannot wait to watch because it's so bad it's good. Season 1 through 6 of Community, # 6 seasons of a movie, which basically means that it is going to happen. I'm pretty sure it is. Season 1, 2 and 3 of Rick and Morty, Blu-ray. I did once get Season 4 for a birthday or Christmas, but unfortunately it was the wrong region, so our Blu-ray player, which was my Xbox One S, at the time, my Xbox One S, couldn't play that Blu-ray region. Weird Al's UHF, which I love, I adore that film, I don't know why, I just do. I'll probably go with now the book 1, 2 and 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, a brilliant, phenomenal show that, yeah, I just don't think gets talked enough about, or maybe it does, but I don't know, it's just phenomenal, and I'm really happy that they've got action figures of some of the characters now coming out. Legend of Korra, I've only watched book 1 and 2, I've never watched book 3 or 4, so I'm not sure how good they are, but I really enjoyed book 1. Book 2, I have vague memories of. Robot Chicken, Star Wars, Robot Chicken, limited edition, 1 and 2, really funny, really good Star Wars parodies and comedies. Spaceballs, again, classic Star Wars comedy. Proper Star Wars stuff now, you get into stuff like episodes 1, 2 and 3. 1 I really like, Phantom Menace, probably the nostalgia aspect. 3, likewise. 2's probably the weakest, if I'm being completely honest. I know Clone Wars starts between 2 and 3, but obviously because I've got all 3 of the films in one set, I can't really put this between 2 and 3, but Clone Wars, the movie, the animated movie, it's alright for what it is. For like a pilot, it's alright, it's not great. Star Wars Rebels, probably better, way better animation stuff, but the animation is very different, a departure from Clone Wars. Not even the animation is top notch, but the like sort of style and the stylistic choice they go with, and that the voice acting's still good, and it's set before A New Hope, so that's why I put it here in the collection. Likewise with Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, brilliant, phenomenal film. Don't have Solo, A Star Wars Story, unfortunately, although I have seen that on Disney Plus now, finally. Only once, I don't really want to comment too much on it, but if at all. But episodes 4, 5 and 6, classics obviously. 7, Force Awakens. Also, where would Solo, A Star Wars Story go? Would it go after Rogue One? I'm not sure, but you've got Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker. Moving up from here, you've got other films up at the top here. You've got Batman Begins, the Dark Knight trilogy, you've got The Dark Knight, you've got Dark Knight Rises, which, as I say, consists of the Dark Knight trilogy. You've got The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, who did a phenomenal job, if you ask me. You've got Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn movie, or solo movie, which I quite liked for an action adventure film. It's not the best story ever, but it's also nice to see Ewan McGregor in something other than just Trainspotting and Star Wars. The Suicide Squad film, which is phenomenal, probably my favourite DC film. As you can see, I haven't got a lot of DC stuff. I mean, I count these as DC films, the Batman trilogy, but they're not made by DC, I don't think, or they're funded by Warner Brothers. I don't know if that means that they are technically DC, I'm not sure, but Deadpool 1 and then Deadpool 2, case of actually I enjoyed the sequel more than the first one. I think maybe it's just a case of I've seen the first one more than the sequel, but yeah. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, phenomenal film, in my top 10 favourite films of all time, probably. Spider-Man 1 and 2, the original sort of Sam Raimi films. Spider-Man Homecoming, which I recently watched a few weeks back, and yeah, it's not great. It's not the best film ever. Far From Home, I don't even really remember much about it off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm thinking of getting rid of these two and then buying the set which has all three of the Spider-Man Tom Holland ones in one box set, as it were, or set DVD case. Avengers Assemble, I still love that film because it just seemed impossible that they pulled that off back in 2011, 2012. Avengers Age of Ultron, which I don't think is as bad as people make out. Thor Ragnarok, which I think is still the best Thor movie. Maybe Love and Thunder is a close second, obviously. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, I love both for different reasons. Infinity War, Ghostbusters Afterlife, a great sort of feels very Star Wars Force Awakens, you know, kind of a soft reboot and a soft reset or reintroduction for a new generation of people, and hopefully the sequel will be less controversial than maybe Last Jedi. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, brilliant, high-octane, comic-booky, video gaming nerd film. I don't, unfortunately, of this recording, have the books that it's based off by Brian Lee O'Malley. Mitchells vs. the Machines, made by the people who, or the humans who brought you Spider-Man, or Spider-Verse and the Lego Movie, so it's a brilliant Netflix film. Brilliant, high-octane, ADHD-filled autism spectacle, you know. Brilliant film, I love it. I loved it even, and I was very surprised at the holiday resort place over at the seaside that had this, as I say, as a physical media copy. Spirited Away, or Miyazaki's Spirited Away, which I haven't got around to watching, even though it's a classic, and I've seen it when I was back when I was 10 or sort of 12, 13, but I haven't seen it since, and I'm 24 now, so yeah. I've also got, obviously, all of Torchwood and the complete box set of, if you move Emmett here, Sarah Jane Adventures, and the complete 1, 2, 3 and 4, or the controversial 4th series of Torchwood and that. But as for the Doctor Who stuff, I'd go through that maybe in a separate video, if that's even something you want me to do, like a Doctor Who collection video, although I might need to move some of the stuff that's upstairs, which down here for the sake of that video, which would only really consist of 2 animated Doctor Who things that were Galaxy 4 and Doctor Who Evil of the Daleks, and the Peter Cushing movies, the old ones, the DVD ones, not the new shiny 4K ones. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate and subscribe to the channel.